So this is a detachable gimbal with magnetic here on the camera that we can attach to any metallic surface like the top of a car or on a pole or anywhere else that we want. Now, if we don't have metal around, we can put it on universal support for action cameras like the GoPro, and we can control it with the gimbal handle. It records up to 4K at 60 frames per second. It has a small screen where we can see the image, but if we find it too small, we can control it with the app on our phone. This is the Feiyu Pocket 3. It comes in a kit, but if I want just the camera, for example, which is the main part with the gimbal, of course, I can purchase if I find that I will not be using this, and if I prefer to use something like this where I can put at the top. At this moment I'm just putting in here with the magnetic, but we can slide it in to push it further, and like this I can use my phone. So if I believe that I'm not going to use the grip, which is very useful in some scenarios, we have the option to get only the camera. I will leave some links down below so that you can check out the price for the kit itself and also for the camera by its own. Now, we have used some gimbals and this one is really easy to use. Looking at the top part, which is the camera and gimbal, it has a button to start and stop recording. It has a button to access a menu, which is really simple. It has a button to switch from the mode and turn on and off. It has a USB Type-C for charging, and if we acquire only the camera, then the best is to use the app so that we have a screen to see what we are recording, or at least to see what we are framing before of recording. Because although it's really simple to use, I do prefer to have something that allows me to frame instead of just guessing what I'm recording. Now, the grip, it's also really simple to use. We can just slide it in and just connect both. It has the turn on and off button, menu, record button, the directional slider, a slide to do the zoom, which is digital, and honestly on this kind of device I wouldn't use digital. If we need to close up, then we can do that in post, which has usually a best result overall. And the screen, it's only 0.42 inches, which is small. Now, in my experience for the past few weeks using it, what I feel is that I can see what I'm framing, so that it's really cool. I don't need bigger than this, but I can't see the quality that I'm recording. So if I point it to a darker area, I'm sure that it's grabbing some noise in the image, but I can't tell, and I can't tell if the image quality is good enough or not. But what I can tell is that I can see what I'm framing and what I'm getting, which in my opinion is the most important on this particular device, because once we know the quality that it records when I put it in a bright area or in a dark area, the most important is just framing. Now, there's also some information right over here. It shows the resolution, which at this moment is 4K at 30 frames per second. We have the option to record in pro mode or normal mode with all automatic. It shows the battery levels for the camera and for the grip. It also has the remaining time for the SD card, and the menus are really simple to navigate. There's the overall options, the options for the image that we want to record in terms of quality, face tracking on or off, the video quality, the display format here on the gimbal, and we can activate, as I said, the pro mode or not, which will give us a bit more of control. And basically that is it. In terms of resolution, we can go up to 4K at 60 frames per second, which is not bad at all, and I will share with you in just a moment some of the image that I recorded. Now, we can use it basically like this in vlogging mode, where I can just turn it around to me and then it will start tracking me and I can move around and talk, or we can, as I mentioned, just remove it and then we can control it with the remote control, which is the gimbal grip, and this is one of my favorite features. Really cool. And if you are watching this video on your Windows 10 or 11 computer and you still haven't activated and can't even edit your desktop icons, don't forget to check out CDkeysales.com, where we can find budget official OEM keys at an affordable price, and with the coupon code that you can see on screen and down below on the video description, it will get even cheaper. And besides Windows 11 Pro, if you are looking for Windows 10 or even an Office suite that we can aggregate directly to our Microsoft account, you can use the same coupon code, which will give you the best price possible at this moment. So just in case, the link will be down below. Now recording with the Feiyu Pocket 3 inside the car, and I'm doing these turns, and probably we could see back there, I wasn't paying too much attention, but the behavior is that it will follow, which is the mode that I've got at this moment, and it looks like it gives a smooth image. Now I'm really curious about the sound quality, also about the stabilization, and the road where I am at this moment. It's probably good for the stabilization test, because in terms of what I'm seeing on the screen right now on this small, it's not a remote control, it is the bottom part of the gimbal, but it acts as a remote control and with a screen where I can see the image that I'm recording. So I have an idea, although I can't tell if it has good enough quality in terms of the video. By the way, we are recording at 4K 30 frames per second at this moment. It looks really smooth here. Of course we can use the app, but this is a really smart system. Now just for comparison, I've got the DJI Action 4, which is a different camera. It's an action camera, but nonetheless might be an interesting choice if you already have one, to see the differences that we will be able to achieve with the Feiyu Pocket 3. Now one of the things that I did really enjoy while watching some footages really quick was on this type of turn, the Feiyu Pocket 3 delivers a really smooth image, and I'm curious to compare with the DJI, which is a camera that does not have a gimbal, so the image is not as smooth, and that can be a good thing or a not so good thing depending on what we are trying to achieve. And I'm recording with the Feiyu Pocket 3 on my desk. I'm not using any tripod, and we are using exactly the same lighting conditions that we are through all this video with my main camera. But at this moment, to check out if the Feiyu Pocket 3 is a device that we can use not only outside for our vlogging sessions, but also inside, indoors, for this kind of video as a camera. And now testing out the tracking of the Feiyu Pocket 3, and we did test out handheld, but in a situation that we want to place it on a tripod or something like that and then do something. I'm going to show a device that we have, and it looks to me that it's behaving quite well. It shows me a square around my face, and it is tracking and moving the gimbal. So I don't know, let me know what you feel about this feature. And now on the outside, probably in the most common scenario, which is a vlogging style. Now once again, I do have questions, one of which is the audio. Will I be able to use this audio? It's windy, so I'm not really sure of what we are capturing, and in a situation that I can't use the audio, probably I will want to use a external microphone, and of course then synchronize the audio. You know the drill, it's an extra step, but we will improve the audio quality. Now in terms of video quality, I'm watching on the screen, I still haven't seen any samples, so I will be seeing at the same time as you do. I do have face tracking activated at this moment, but what I do see is that it lost me a few moments ago because of this shadow right over here, and this will be a good test to test out the back light right over there, which is really sunshine. Let me face towards, now it did capture my face. As long as I'm well lit, the tracking mode will function good as it is at this moment. So I could say, hey, this is the Furugud beach on this side, and on this side Molho beach, and it will track my face. If I go too fast, it will lose me. Did track once again, and there we go. So let's move a little bit further so that we can test out also the stabilization in terms of video recording, audio recording as well, so that we can decide if this is the gimbal that you want for your setup. Now one of the things that I'm really enjoying is the detachable system that it has. I just see a lot of value, and it doesn't matter if it's for your A camera or B camera, which sometimes is more important than the A camera. For example, right over here, if I'm not able to get this video and audio perfectly for my audience, probably I can get just a video and then the A camera will be another shot, and then I use this as B camera. So this will depend. And the scenario where we did record on the car, that was a really interesting test, which I'm curious to see when I arrive home. The battery will last up to 45 minutes more or less when recording at 4K 30 frames per second. So I would suggest if we go out, then a power bank on our backpack, USB Type-C cable, we can charge while we are using, so we have unlimited battery depending on the power bank that we have. Now if we are recording here on the office, of course it's really easy. I just need to put it here and then connect the cable to a power adapter, and that is it. Now in conclusion, the image quality, I'm honest with you, I still haven't watched in detail what it records. I did see some footages of the car, and I did find that in bright areas it recorded great, in more darker areas probably not so great, but I did love the fact that the gimbal does a great job, especially when we are turning, and it will give us that smooth movement. That was something that I really enjoyed. Now in terms of the overall functions of the gimbal, I do believe that this is a great option for a big camera, that will be out of doubt. But for a camera, this will depend on the kind of footage that we want, but especially also the kind of audio. And this is the only limitation that I did find. The audio is not able to be recorded internally with an external microphone. So this is an extra step. If I want to use an external microphone, I will need to record that particular audio externally and then sync with the audio, which is an extra step. But on the other hand, if I'm happy with the audio that I can get out of this, which is not bad, as we've seen on the car, is not bad at all, and the closest I get, the better it gets. So if I'm okay with that, then this can be a really nice A camera, especially for that kind of videos or similar. If I don't need the audio at all, like some of the footages that I did record with the camera on the top of my car, then that will be a great camera. Once again, as I said, as a big camera for B-roll. That being said, hope that you enjoyed to know the Feiyu Pocket 3. If that was the case, don't forget the usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.